And second one, I make it easy to learn and enjoyable. And the third one is I am going to conduct online test after each session. So before going to computer, I want to tell you how listen every bit of this video. I am going to tell you very important things about Arduino, and this course is going to be in a series. So add the playlist or bookmark it, and if still you are not registered, so please register with this. Register your name, link in the description. So myself Naveen. So without wasting any time, let's get started. In this course you are going to learn about Arduino, IoT with Arduino board and Raspberry Pi, and also you are going to control ESP8266 and ESP32, and we are going to connect so many sensors and so many. We are having OLED display, 16:2 display, 20:4, and we are having so many sensor, motion sensor, ultrasonic sensor, and we are having gas sensors. You can see this one. So let's start the definition of IoT. What is IoT? Internet of Things. Any object connect to the network with some electronic components and programming. For example, lights, fan, air conditioner, any home appliances can be controlled with IoT. For example, a smart dustbin, and so many things can be controlled with IoT. It simply means communicating to the physical device and connecting it to the network. So here are some examples. You can see here this air conditioner and this laptop, even HD TV, clock, even this LED lamp, everything is connected to the network. IoT means what exactly IoT is? IoT means connecting physical things to the network to access them. So what is the scope of IoT? It can connect anything to the network and share access to the authorized user. For example, any service or any industries can be converted into IoT automation using IoT. So currently I am working on a project accident detection. In this project, this automatically calls ambulance and nearby hospitals and blood banks to inform that there is an accident occurs. Sometimes there is no one else to call to emergency service, and this can be done using IoT. IoT can work at any place and global at any time. So what is the future of IoT? Nowadays, few things are connected to Internet of Things, like speakers, Alexa and Google you have seen, and few things includes lights, fans, home automation. But in future everything is going to be connected with an IoT. For example, this building management includes water supply, and this one electricity, and even smart homes, smart cities, agriculture, home automation, everything will be going to connect to the IoT. So if you don't have any hardware, so don't worry about the practice. You can use Thinkercad.com to try with your project. So guys, before going to the programming, we start with the basic. So what is microcontroller? Microcontroller is a single integrated which is dedicated to perform a task in a single computer, and it has input and output peripherals to connect. Mostly this course is going, in this course we are going to use AVR chips, such as this ESP8266 is AVR, and even ATmega328, this microcontroller is AVR. What is AVR? AVR means automatic voltage regulator. This Arduino board and even this node MCU, all this having AVR, means they can automatically regulate voltage inbuilt. So these are the microcontroller pins we are going to learn in the next page. So now, what is Arduino? What is Arduino? Arduino is an open source hardware and software community. It accepts analog and digital pins, and it is easy to learn and implement your own projects. So why we choose Arduino? Because it is an open source and it is used to use community, and it offers variety of IoT protocols such as SPI, I2C, CAN protocol and serial communication, and even it is easy to program with a USB cable, and it runs as a standalone device. Types of Arduino boards. There are so many different types of Arduino boards. According to project, you have to choose one. So basically for the beginners, we start with the Arduino Uno. It depends on how much your project is and what project your includes. So if your project include Bluetooth, so you definitely go for the Arduino BT. If your project include Wi-Fi connection, then you go for the Arduino Mega. And if your depends on your size of your projects and what is the budget of your project. So this is the Arduino Uno for the beginners. Arduino Uno, this one. It has 14 digital pins. You can see here, and it has 6 analog pins. These are the 14 digital pins. See here, these are the 14 digital pins, and these are the 6 analog pins. These are the power supply pins, and this mark indicates, here is a mark. I think it's not visible in camera. You can see here is a mark. These are the PWM pins. So in the next page, I am going to show you how these pins are used and how PWM pin is different from other pins. So to program this Arduino board, we need to install Arduino IDE. This can be downloaded from official website of Arduino. So first we learn what is Arduino IDE. Arduino IDE is an open source software that is used to program Arduino controller board. So basically this IDE is a variation of C and C++ programming, and this can be done. I told you this can be downloaded from official website. So let's ask our Google friend, Arduino download. So here is the first link, you click on it. This is the official website. Then scroll it down. I am using Windows PC, so I am downloading Windows file, Windows zip. Scroll it down, click on the just download, and your download will be started here. So this download depends on your internet speed. This is downloading. So I have already downloaded the software, so no need to download again. I am going to open this one. Click on the yes. Next, keep it default setting, don't change anything. Next. So this is going to take some time, depends on your computer and your PC configuration. So this is installing now. Also check more videos on my YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. So I think it's complete now. It's complete here. So let's open it. It is installed here. So when you open this Arduino IDE, you will see this void setup and void loop. In the files, you will see this edit, sketch and tools. In these tools, you have to select which board you are using. So currently I am using Arduino Uno. I am going to select this Arduino Uno. If you are using some other boards, you can select here. And this is a compile button, and this is upload button. When you press this upload button, the code is uploaded to microcontroller. So this is Arduino overview. let's go with the Arduino structure. So after each live tutorial, online test is conducted. So please attend it and hope you understand everything in this video. If you not understand anything, please comment us or you can call to my WhatsApp number you have to clear your doubts. Hope you support us by like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's talk about Arduino IDE structure. This Arduino IDE is divided into two parts, that is void setup and void loop. In this void setup, the main function is written, and it's like we use main function in the C++. And in the void loop, its name suggests that it is going to continue repeating. Points for the programming. In this void setup, this section is mostly used for the pins and initializing variables and the pin mode, and for the serial communication we need to initialize a serial baud rate, and the software only goes through section once only. And in void loop, this section is a part of code that loops itself, and this is the main part of the code, and it is repeats multiple times to update its previous values of the variables. Sensors and actuators. Sensors are electronic devices that sense physical quantity and convert into electrical signal. Sensors are mostly connected to the input port of the system, that is Arduino. And for example, I told you motion sensor, we have ultrasonic sensor, gas sensor, and many more things. And what are the actuators? Actuators that convert electrical signal into physical action. So actuators are basically, we can see the changes of the physical thing. For example, we can call it LED, motors, buzzer, speaker, relays. What is pinModes? PinMode is a function that is used to configure pins as a input or output. So this function specifies the particular pins to act as a input or output, and this syntax is written as pinMode. Here I am taking some example. I have used 13 number pin and as an output, and I forgot to tell you, here is a default LED connected to the 13 number pin, inbuilt LED. We can call it inbuilt LED. And next we are going to learn digital pins and analog pins. What is the difference between analog and digital pins? Digital pins these pins can be input or output, act as an input or output, depends on your defining pin mode, and digital values are 1 and 0. There are two main digital functions, that are digital write and digital read. Here is an example. I am using pin mode 13. I am using this LED 13 pin. I am using this LED as an output and connected to the 13 pin, and I am going to write digital write 13 high, means this LED is going to turn on. Analog pins. These pins can be input or output, depends on pin mode, and analog pins map input voltage between 0 to 5 volt as into the integer. For example, if you are having 0 volt, means the value is 0. If you are consider 5 volt, then the value will be 1023. So imagine if you are having 2.5 volt, then the value will be 511. There are two analog functions, analog read and analog write. So now digital read. Here we learn analog and digital pins and analog pins. So what is digital read and analog read? So there are four functions: digital read, analog read, digital write, analog write. So what is the difference between all these four functions? So basically reading from the specific pin is called reading, and writing to specific pin is called write. It's like output. Basically reading from a specified pin is called like a input, and writing to specified pin is called output. So digital read function is used to read values from the specified pin from 0 to 13. So these are the digital pins. I told you these are the digital pins from 0 to 13. So here is the syntax for the digital pins, digital read pin, and the read value of this pin is stored in the variable called value, and this value can be 1 or 0. And the same function if I am used with analog read, with analog pins, the analog pins such as A0 to A5, here are the analog pins. So analog pins can be, so the syntax for the analog pins is analog read pin number. So for example, I am going to use this pin number A0, and the value of A0 is stored into value from 0 to 1023. Now digital write. We are going to write. This function is used to, digital write function is used to write on a specific pin to make it high or low. So digital write function is used to make a specific pin as a high or low. So the syntax for this digital write is, we are going to select pin number and the value. Value can be 1 or 0 or maybe high or low. So here is example. I am going to turn on this 30 number pin and turn off 30 number pin. High means on, low means off. Analog write. Analog write is mostly used to vary the brightness of LED or to control motor speed. How this is different from a digital write? Digital write only writes high, on or off, but analog write function is used to vary the speed or to turn off dimming LED brightness. For example, analog write function uses PWM waves. Syntax for the analog write function is pin number and a value. This value can be from 0 to 255. How this PWM pin works, I will tell you in the next page. So here is the example for the analog write. Pin mode, pin number and the output. So I am using this 9, 10, 11 is a PWM pin. So here I am going to take this 11 pin, 10 pin or 11 pin as the output and the pin value. So value which I am going to write is from 0 to 255. If I write 255, so the value will be going to high. If I write 0, means it is totally off. Next. So here is a PWM. What is PWM? PWM means pulse width modulation. It is a technique for getting analog result. And this PWM pins is used to generate square waves as a signal switched on off between. This PWM pins is used to control LED brightness or motor speed. As I told in the previous page, it is used to control LED brightness and motor speed. These on-off patterns can control LED brightness or motor speed. PWM is calculated. It is basically the change between the on time and off time, and the on time is calculated is called pulse width. So it is a difference between on time and off time. Here you can see this one. This green line represents the period of 2 milliseconds, and if I call analog value, for example 64 analog write, so the duty cycle will be 25, and if I call 255 means it's a fully on, so the duty cycle will be 100%. So consider I am going to take analog write 125 means 50% duty cycle. What this duty cycle indicates means if you are connected LED to this particular pin, for example I am going to use 9th pin, that 9th PWM pin, I am going to connect LED to the 9th pin. If I make it analog write 127, so then the LED will be 50% on. So it is mostly indicating that it is 25% on, 50% on, 75% on, 100% on. So let's start with the basic project now. So guys, if you don't have the Arduino board or any physical hardware, so no worry about that. You can use Thinkercad to stimulate in your computer. So type here Thinkercad, go to here, it is loading. So I'm going to sign in now. So register your account with Google. Here you have to go circuits, create new circuit, click on the create new circuit. It is taking too much time. So here you can start with the Arduino. Take the Arduino board, select here, search Arduino, click this one. We are going to first start with the LED blinking. So LED is connected to this 30 number pin, this LED. Let's make it on. Rotate. We can also take some LEDs. I'm going to take this LED connected to this is a cathode, means it's a ground, and anode connected to anode. We need to connect some resistor. You can also take resistor. Make it resistor ohms, 220 ohms. Make it rotate. I'm going to connect this to the 30 number pin. So here is the circuit. So we can write code here, LED blinking. First of all, we need to take pin number. If I'm going to connect this LED to the, imagine I'm going to connect this LED to the 12th pin. Imagine I'm going to connect this LED to the 12th pin. So I'm going to take first int LED connected to the 12th pin. Okay. And I'm going to take pin mode. I'm going to take this 12th pin as a output. So we need to initialize pin mode. So LED comma output. So this 12 is passed here. We can also write here 12. So we write LED. Then we have to turn on the LED. So these are the digital pins. You can see D12, D11, 10, and these are analog pins A0, A1. So I am connected to D12, means 12th pin, and then we are going to write digital write. Digital write pin number LED comma high. Then wait for 1 second. Then again low. Digital write LED off, means low. We can write here 0 also, 0 and 1, but high and low is the better thing. Then again delay, wait for 1 second. So this is the code. Before, we have to connect USB cable here. Wait, I will show you. We have to connect USB cable here, the USB port. And if we are not having Arduino board, then you can select copy and paste it here, code. Then you have to select text. So this is the Arduino, same again code, it is already pasted here. Copy paste, Ctrl V. So this is a 13 number pin code. Start stimulating. See, this LED will blink. Now I am going to upload this 12th number pin code for the 12th, and now I am going to upload this code for the 12th pin. Start stimulating. See, this LED will start blinking. Wait, I am going to change its color. Green. See this one. So I am going to change the variation. You can take 500 milliseconds. Now let's take two LEDs, even this one also. Inbuilt LED. Int LED. We not need to define inbuilt LED. We can take directly as an inbuilt LED. See, I have taken 13 number pin as an output. Then I am going to take here 13. Pin as a low. Now you can see this both LEDs will be high at the same time and off at the low at the same time. See here, on. Wait, I am going to also connect one more LED. Let's connect it directly. The 13 number pin. Sorry, it's a ground. Now you can see both LEDs will be turned on at the same time, that is 12 pin and the 13 pin. Let's start. So this much for today. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next video with a new project. Hope you learned something new in this video. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe button, and also inform your friends to join this course. And one important thing, if you want to suggest anything, please comment us, and let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.